And we are live. So in our last video, we talked about how Bitcoin Cash was in a make or break situation. The price action that we did get over the past month was not really good for the bulls or the bears, and it invalidated what we were expecting to happen on the bullish side and the bearish side. And we did have a price target for March, which did hit here in this $600 range. But as you can see, we had a clear rejection. And I did mention that March historically has been a range month. So now it looks like the price action is resetting, heading back towards that monthly open support range. But for now, I'm going to remain bullish on Bitcoin Cash. And later in this video, I'm going to discuss why. How's everybody been? Welcome back. Everybody new, thanks for tuning in to Currency.com's channel. I'm your host, John, at RealJohnDoe on Twitter. And in today's video, we're going to talk about what we talked about at the beginning of March, which was Bitcoin Cash. The price almost did a 360 way back to the monthly open of March. And now we're just about to end March, going into April. We did have a mix-up of scenarios happen in March, which I'm going to talk about later in this video. And like I mentioned in the last video, March has historically been a range month. And that's exactly what happened again. So later in this video, I'm going to jump into the platform on Currency.com and explain what happened. And then as usual, right after this, I'm going to give you guys the trader sentiment, support and resistance levels, hot topics, latest news, and then we'll have a look at those candlesticks. Quick thanks to everyone who've been supporting the channel so far, and to everybody new to the channel. 2021 has been a great start so far, and we appreciate all the subscribers, all the time you guys are taking to hit that like button on our videos, leaving your comments, and also giving your feedback and giving us that motivation to keep putting out all of this great content for you guys. And I'm just letting you guys know, continue showing your support to the channel by hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button. Let's keep our likes at least 250 per video. Also comment and engage with the channel. We will comment and engage with you guys back. Our goal is to build a community here and help you guys out with your trades and save you guys time by giving you all the analysis here right on our channel. And as we continue to head towards that goal and keep growing, today I'm going to give you guys the latest update on Bitcoin Cash. All right, I'm going to pull up the trader sentiment here for Bitcoin Cash on Currency.com. Right now, looking here at this 4-hour chart, you can see March, as I mentioned, it's been pretty much range bound. A lot of sideways price action. Price is sitting on support right now at 519. We really need this level to hold, or we're going to head down to test $500, which wouldn't be good for the end of March, but could be good to reset for the beginning of April. Currently right now on Currency.com, it's showing 86% buyers, 14% sellers. So right now, in fact, still in a bull market, bulls still in control of the price action. So in terms of support and resistance levels for Bitcoin Cash, not much really changed in the month of March because, as I mentioned, the price did stay range bound. But as of right now, the first level of support we're looking at is right around $500, which is the monthly support for March. And then after that level, we'll look at about 450. But if 450 does not hold, then we got to watch 390. And that was the lows from January. And that would give us a new yearly low. But like everybody's waiting for Bitcoin Cash to continue going up, that continues to happen, then we got to watch resistance levels. The first one at about $560, which is a monthly resistance level for March that we will need to look back on in April. If we can flip 560 into a support, then we got to watch 610, which was also the January highs and also the March highs. And then the last resistance level after that would then set us up to go to $1,000 is $700, which was the highs from February for Bitcoin Cash. First things first, talking about the news for Bitcoin Cash. Despite all the drama that happens with Bitcoin Cash, or whatever Roger Ver says it is or isn't, the world's largest digital asset manager is continuing to buy Bitcoin Cash. In March, Grayscale bought more altcoins, and Bitcoin Cash was one of them. Over 2,000 coins, and now they are holding over 300,000 total Bitcoin Cash. And more bigger players are getting access to Bitcoin Cash. A Swiss-based investment product provider called 21 Shares says that they are now also listing a Bitcoin Cash ETP, also known as an exchange-traded product. But with bigger players coming into Bitcoin Cash, retail players, looks like some of them are getting out. Looks like crypto exchange OKCoin is not too happy right now with Bitcoin Cash, and they announced that they are delisting Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV as a way to protect their newer clients who are trying to buy Bitcoin, but they don't exactly understand what they're buying. So if Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV are not on the platform, then it won't cause a lot of confusion for investors that are new to the platform that are looking to purchase just Bitcoin. So they figured one solution to prevent this confusion is to delist one of the two most talked about Bitcoin forks, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV. But regardless of Bitcoin Cash being delisted from OKCoin, one interesting thing here shared by Kim.com on Twitter. He shared this chart here saying that Bitcoin Cash is now doing more transactions than Bitcoin. As you can see on this chart, it shows Bitcoin Cash now in March just crossed about 350K transactions, and Bitcoin has been going sideways, slowly declining at about 288K transactions. There's a lot of reasons why this is happening. In my opinion, it's more than likely because of transaction fees and speed, which Bitcoin Cash does have the advantage over Bitcoin. Until Bitcoin does come up with a solution for transaction speeds and fees. But until then, altcoins like Bitcoin Cash will remain to be used mostly for transactions. But with the increase of transactions on Bitcoin Cash, is that showing on the price action? And here for March, as you can see, the price is now heading back towards that monthly open range, which was at about $500. We had an uptrend here from the beginning of the month all the way to around the 15th. And as you can see, a clear rejection right to our $600 price target that we were looking at, right back down. And now it's in a downtrend, right back to that monthly open. And if we can find a strong support higher than the previous closes, then that is a good start going into April. And some things I don't like right now, though, is the price is below that 21 and that 50-day moving average. So if we continue to trend downwards and have a close below, then we might even have to look for that $500 level to break and head down to 450 for a double bottom here. And then we'll talk about what's going to happen after that. But with the price heading down for the last few weeks of March, I think that's setting up for a better month in April. And I'm still looking at 650 as a price target. And I do think that better times are still ahead for Bitcoin Cash. And the next time we do test this $600 level, most likely we'll get finally a support or a resistance to support flip and head up to those higher levels. So compared to my last video now, there is quite a few things to talk about. So a few things did happen, both for the bulls and also for the bears. So we were right about here when we came out with the video, and the price closed above that 50-day moving average, and we tested that 21-day moving average. We had a slight rejection, which got picked up right on that $500 support, and the trend continued to the upside, and we finally made it above 550 and tested the $600 range. Like I said, what I wanted was a consolidation above this 550 range so we can continue upwards. That's not what happened. We got a rejection above that 550 range, went back down below the 21 and the 50-day moving average, and consolidated at support, which eventually broke down a little bit. So we did get that little run for the bulls. So it looks like March wasn't an overall good month for either the bulls or the bears, depending on your timing of when you got into the trade. Because if you look here at the RSI, where a lot of people do trade using the RSI didn't even get into the overbought range. It gave us a lower high, as you can see here. So that breakout above 550 was a bull trap, brought in some bulls here, some buyers, and then it got rejected. And now those buyers are either holding now or the longs are holding. And if $500 becomes tested or breaks, then we can expect some heavy downside for Bitcoin Cash, 450, potentially even lower, which would also line up with the RSI going into oversold, which it has not been in that range this year at all on the daily chart. Even if we do get that dip, bullish price target right now, $650 for April. I see that happening in both scenarios. Even if we do break down, I see a nice strong bounce from those $400 levels, or even from current levels. If $500 does hold, I see a nice strong bounce here, because if you look at the stochastic also, it is heading down towards 20. Hopefully we get a crossover soon to head back up. And also the RSI, where it's at right now, it is trying to head up towards that 50 level. So not much has changed over the past month for Bitcoin Cash. We had a pretty range bound month. Price stayed in that tight range for about a month now. Since about the end of February, as you can see, the price has been trading within this tight range. And I had that marked out there because that's where we were looking at for this month. April and May are probably the bullish months for crypto overall. Historically, Taurus season, the bulls usually come out then. And over the years, I remember Bitcoin Cash and other cryptos doing really well from April all the way to June. So I think the bearish times right now are done for Bitcoin Cash. If we do hold these levels, March is just about over, but we do have the possibility of things not being the way they normally are throughout the years. And Bitcoin Cash could turn bearish in April and May. Like I mentioned, we still have that downtrend potential from this yearly high to give us a lower high each time until we touch that 200-day moving average. And then we'll see where the trend is going after that. So my first bearish level, which is not too bearish, but a low point or pivot point level or buy the dip level for Bitcoin Cash that I'm looking at is 450. But if that does not hold, then I'm looking down close towards $400, potentially even $350 sometime in April. But I will still continue to look buying the dip when we do touch those major support levels, such as here at 450 or down at that 200-day moving average, depending where it is once we get there. Let's go back and look at Bitcoin Cash last year in April and May. With the Bitcoin Cash did bounce up towards that 200-day moving average, which it did touch a few times in April twice and also in May once. Let's have a look here at 2019. So in this year also, as you can see, price was down into March. And right when April started, Bitcoin Cash broke out, started a new uptrend. From April, May, June, it ran about 210%. And now back here, 2018, Bitcoin Cash, same thing. You can see March, it was going down. Right when April started, the price bottomed out in April 6th, and began a new uptrend. April, all the way into May, which was about 210%. So look at that. We got 2018, a 200% run from April. 2019, another 200% run. 2020, the price was sort of flat and it went up about 30%. And now for 2021, with over the years, the price historically being bullish for April and May, I'm going to be looking for the price to bottom out at one of these support ranges. And then I'll be looking for a nice run. If we do get a run similar to previous years, then we can see Bitcoin Cash all the way up to about 1,500 in a few months or so. All right, it's a wrap. You guys are awesome for tuning in all the way through this video. You made it to the end. I appreciate that. If you could leave a comment below, let me know your feedback on this video. Also, what we should talk about in the next video. We do have 2 more videos to come later this week, so make sure you check out our channel. Hope to see you again next time, and good luck with all your trades. It's John with Currency.com. For more trading videos just like this, please subscribe to our channel.